Today I'm going to teach you how to download the CASFS Plus software on the AWS Marketplace. So once you navigate to the CASFS Plus page on the AWS Marketplace, you can click the Continue to Subscribe button. But before we do that, I want to show you some things on this overview page. So you can look at the product overview as well as some highlights. You can also see your pricing information and change your region to further specify what your pricing will be. There's also some more additional resources that you can go through to learn about our product. But we're downloading the product, so we're going to go to continue to subscribe. Once we have clicked that, we get brought to this page where we have to accept the terms and conditions. So once you have read through the terms and conditions, you click accept, and then you'll be brought to this page where the subscription is pending. So this usually takes a minute or so. So we'll just wait for that to be done. Okay, so our subscription has processed. Next we go to the configuration. So we'll click this continue to configuration button. So from here you can configure the software. You shouldn't worry about anything except the region if you want to switch your region, but we're going to stick with this US East right here. And then we'll click continue. And from here we're confirming to launch, so we'll just click launch. And once we click that, we get redirected to the stack page. Here you don't need to change anything, but if you want to change your Amazon S3 URL, you're able to do that, but we recommend just leaving it how it is. So we'll click next. And here we get brought to the specify stack details page. So there's a few things we're going to need to fill out. We'll go through them. The first is the stack name. So this is what you want your stack to be called. So we'll just name it something like that, stack test. Next we'll change the environment name. So we'll just change this to whatever you like, environment test. And then we have the IP range that will be giving access to the cloud platform. So you should make this secure to what you need. But right now I'll just put this. Then you select your cloud platform host key pair name. So we'll just, again, stick with these test names. And then there's the instance type that the server will be. We recommend that for production servers, you do at least a 4x large. For development or testing, you can get away with a 2x large, but we recommend at least a 4x large. Next, we have some Airflow integration. So we have the DB name. Next, there is the username. So we'll just type in a username. And same with the password. And then here we have the S3 bucket name, and this needs to be globally unique. You'll have to make it something like company bucket 123, right? And next we have the IP blocks. For most people, you don't need to edit this at all. The default should be good, but if you need to, there is the option to do that here. Just make sure that these IP ranges are within this range right here. But yeah, the default should be good for that. And then lastly, we have the S3 permissions. Again, the default should be good for this. So we'll go to next. And then we get brought to a configure stack options page. Again, you shouldn't need to change anything, but if you want to add some tags, you can add a tag. The user and name tag are reserved though, so if you want to use something else, you'd have to do that here. So we'll do we'll add a tag like that, right? And again, there's just some more advanced options that you can configure here. One that I want to point out is the termination protection. So if this is a production server, you'll want to enable that. But again, that's up to your discretion, but we recommend enabling that. So once we have all that configured, we'll click next. So once you click that, you get brought to this review page. And from here, you just have to confirm and make sure that all the information you put in was correct. So once you've reviewed all that, you can go down here and click the I acknowledge button and then click create stack. So once you click that, you'll get brought to this page where you can watch the server spawning up. What you have to do is you can click refresh and see the creation in progress. So once something is complete, it'll go from create in progress to create complete. And so you can click that and see that this one just finished. And this usually takes about 5 minutes. So once this is done, we will come back and show you the next steps. Okay, so we'll click refresh. We can see that some more have been completed, and we can see over here that the stack test that we just made is now successfully completed. So what we need to do is we need to go to outputs, and then we get this URL right here, or we get this IP address. So if you're not using a VPN, you can take this public IP address, and we're going to go to the management console. So what we do is we enter that in. And if you press enter just like that, you actually get brought to the cloud workspace, which is where we want to go later. But first, to set up our account, we need to type in that IP address with the port 81. And once we do that, we get brought to the management console signup wizard. So from here, you go through all the fields and all of the documents. And then once you're done with this, you will have a user set up. And then once you have the user set up, you can go back to the cloud workspace hub and then use that account to log in here. And so in the next video, we're going to show you a step-by-step process of how to go through the Management Console wizard.